Welcome here once again by the most controversial ganja case in the world. We say thank you very much for your support and your looking. So we want to give some speakers a chance. First, we're going to start with our friend Eli.
Yeah, what a blessed day for I and I. Finally, we get an opportunity to speak to our High Court about how Rastafari feel, how the cannabis community feel. Despite having 23 years of constitutional democracy, we find that the Rastafari community and the cannabis community are still treated like we were under the apartheid community. So whereas for 23 years we've had a democracy, nothing has changed for the Rastafari community and the cannabis community within this country. So it seems like the more things change, the more they stay the same in this country. But today we are here to make a difference on that, and we are confident that the High Court is going to hear the plea of the Rastafari community and the cannabis community and lift this burden that has been resting upon the shoulders of poor and vulnerable and marginalized people and give I the freedom that we all deserve. The freedom which is ours by virtue of being indigenous people of this country. And we are claiming a right which our ancestors, our forefathers had. A practice that has been part of our liberty for thousands of years, has for the last 100 years been curbed. But we see now how Babylon is falling. We see how laws all over the world against cannabis is falling. And South Africa needs to be the first country in Africa to bring about that change, because there's no other country better placed in Africa than to start this revolution than us here in South Africa. So today is the day, Jah people, that we've come to ask for the justice that is due unto the Rastafari community and the cannabis community and all of those other South Africans who love to use cannabis. This case ultimately is not about Dagga, it's about freedom of choice and about the freedom of indigenous people to choose their own lives, to choose lives that need not the approval of Europeans, but a way of life which is ours and which we have the right to pick up the pieces of. A culture that we've been torn away from brutally must be restored. Rastafari lives matter and ganja matter, the environment matter. So we say no nuclear energy, clean energy.
I would like to firstly express solidarity with the anti-nuclear guys here today. Completely. I used to be an activist against the pebble bed nuclear reactor. The government dropped that and then they brought this one on. If we had to legalize cannabis and use it for clean energy, we wouldn't have to spend our money on toxic nuclear waste management. Okay, so another thing is, I'm the leader of the Dagga Party of South Africa. A lot of people are not political, but as you can see in this country, we've got a big problem with governments. They're bringing on this nuclear program. They want to frack the Karoo. They bought into GMOs. All of these issues cannot be lobbied out of government. We, as activists, we're always on the outside while they carry on with their issues, their agenda. We have to, especially the cannabis culture, call to all of the other South Africans, and hopefully the people will step up to be candidates for the Dagga Party in 2019. We have to smoke them out of Parliament and actually take Parliament for our own freedom, and it comes down to our future for our children. Are we going to give them fracking in the Karoo, GMOs in their food, nuclear waste, more corruption? So it comes down to the cannabis culture. We have got an opinion poll on SABC where they said 89% are for legalization, 11% were not for legalization. To me, we have to translate that into a political majority of 89% in the right direction. So today we're going to win our case. We flattened them on papers already, and now it's a case of arguing for the most, not just the small concessions, but the most that we can achieve. Yeah, thanks very much. Fire.